Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Bugle. Hope everyone has been doing well.
Weekly Bugle, how dare
Weekly
you.
Bugle, even not the Daily Bugle.
We do not want J. Jonah Jameson's copyright lawyers coming after us. We are legally distinct.
Could you imagine having to do this every day with you and with each other? Jesus. Daz, good afternoon. Anders K, need some elevator music. Excellent. Hey Jess, hope you're well.
Classified as afternoon, or is it evening now? I don't know.
Hey guys, happy Friday.
When does afternoon
Welcome
end?
To another episode. Oh, also, mute the video you're watching, you fucking idiot. There we go. I don't know. For me, it changes as the seasons
change. Is it like
change.
a seasonal change?
Because I feel like it has to be, for me, it has to be getting a little bit dark for it to call it evening. But then I also think that, like, if I've had my tea, if I've had my evening meal, then it's definitely evening. So I think we're somewhere in between. But we're not here to talk about that, Quinn. We've got some more news, Quinn.
Are we going to constantly be surprised by any form of news after the Great Drought?
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. But we've got quite a few things to go through today. Apologies, we're running a little bit later than usual. It's Quinn's fault. There's no.
What?
Quinn,
I went to visit my 91-year-old great aunt. Fight me.
Does it change the truth? What is it they say in the In-Betweeners? I'm not sure how that's relevant. And then he goes to get on the front of the roller coaster, and it's all the kids from the special school, and he goes like, "I am the worst human being in the world." Evening, it's not quite 9 a.m. manning the fort.
That sounds like a you problem, not an us problem.
It does, Lars. I agree. I think 6 o'clock and onwards is evening. Feels about right. So I would agree with Lars there.
Oh, Lars, when does night start?
Oh, night has got to be. Night is not a time. It's a state of
a natural phenomena.
Yeah, it's a state of being, right? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think night is a state of being.
I don't know. It all just confuses me.
I mean, yeah, you never were great with clocks, were you?
No, never was. But we do have some news, guys, which is good. So, how dare ye not notify, oh my God, manning the forts in chat. Yeah, Omnifan, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in this wonderful world that we call planet Earth.
Because apparently night confuses Rich.
Night confuses me.
About
it does confuse me, yeah. So what have we got to go through today? We're going to go through the Supergiant card. Now, I know we went through the Black Swan card last week and that video got took down. It is back up randomly. So it randomly
YouTube has allowed my race war. Hooray!
It randomly got taken down and it's randomly been put back up. We don't know the rhyme or reason. Just, I think algorithm is the
Have any of those other videos you were notified about or knew about, have they gone up at all, or do you just not know?
No, I have no idea.
No, it's not even a problem anymore. You don't give it anymore. You don't give a fuck.
But it's back up. So if you do want to see our video of the Black Swan breakdown, that was last week's Weekly Bugle. We always do these live now, so go check that out if you want. Obviously after this one, so we're going to go through Supergiant because she's got some interesting stuff on there. We have the new Black Order Tactics cards with the new leadership card that we're going to be taking a look at. We have got the MiniStravaganza Schedule. Good news if you're a Star Wars fan. And then we will be announcing no Kenobi spoilers, but...
obviously.
Oh my God, Kenobi. And then we will be announcing 2 winners today. Let me grab this. Let me just get a hold of this. So we've got the weekly winner of the painting competition. And I will say some absolutely excellent entries. The bar was raised this week in terms of entries. So
when it comes to issues of race, people get up. They stand up. They're ready.
Well, you be quiet, you. Getting my videos taken down. And then we are going to be doing the draw for this really cool Rivals panels, Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus. I've already put this together myself. The cards are absolutely brilliant. They are metallic cards. You get alt art.
I mean, they're foil cards.
Foil cards, sorry, yeah, not metallic. You get alt artwork, tactics cards as well, which I'm always a big fan of. And the models are just so much better than the originals. So we're going to be drawing the winner.
And also, if I win, it's definitely not a fix, promise.
Jesus Christ, will you pack it in? I'm wondering if you want to know what the algorithm picks up, that way, Quinn, that's what it picks up. So,
I mean, it's impressive. I'm quite heavy.
It's true, yeah. Have we spoke about, when was Web Warriors Protocol? Was that last week or the week before? When did I beat everyone with unaffiliated? Was that last week?
When did you beat who?
When did I beat everyone unaffiliated?
That
weekend just gone.
Yeah. This weekend, yeah.
So let's talk about that first.
You literally made an entire video about it.
I know, but I want to talk about it more.
Also, I don't want to suffer through sitting here and just constantly going, yeah, but if you'd faced me in Ron, you would have lost.
If you hadn't have lost a game, you may have had the opportunity to face me, Quinn.
I mean, you still dodged Ron.
I did dodge Ron. Yes, I did.
And my money would always
Ron.
be on Ron, whether it's in MCT or a fight.
I wouldn't want to fight the man. But yeah, shout out to Aaron from Web Warrior Protocols. We had a great event again. The Illuminati Invitationals. I want to say 3 now, Quinn. And I think of the 3, although now it's an undefeated because there's 2 players that go 4-0. Quinn, you outright won the first event, so you're the only winner of that
I'm
one.
the only person with a first place trophy.
Yep. And then I do believe it is Daz who, whilst he was undefeated with Strength of Schedule, came top of the rankings last time round, and I won the latest one. So what we're saying is that we turn up and we don't let the Brum boys win.
I mean, and then Ron is, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Always.
When it comes to the invitationals. Always
the bridesmaid. Swedish Troll, PS the Adepticon cards arrived yesterday without a problem. Good to know, Swedish Troll. They're really nice, yeah. And thank you for your support during that. Glyn, Inhumans next, Rich. It's looking like that. It is looking like Inhumans
who
next.
have you run to for advice, Richard?
I've gone to Ron.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue how to play Black Ball. So I've only played 1 game so far, and I lost, but I learnt a lot. So
what, did you learn how to count again?
I learned how to
do
count
that
again,
every
yeah.
game.
Right, Quinn, let's jump in to Supergiant. Let's take a look at her card.
Does she have a fun name? She doesn't have a fun name.
Supergiant, aka Supergiant, but she doesn't have a fun name anyway.
That's not as good as Yabat Umon Turu.
It's really not. It's really not. So, Supergiant, let's go through her stats. Let's go through a card. Let's break her down, and then we'll give you our initial thoughts. Because I actually think she may be better than what a lot of people are giving her credit for. So, Supergiant 134. I mean, I do wonder sometimes, but I've never felt like a character's defensive stats have been determined more by a random throw of a dart at a spinning dartboard in terms of what their values are going to be. Just 1. Oh shit, yeah, we've got a 1. 3, 4, there we go. So 1, 3, 4. 5 stamina on her front. Obviously 3 threat, size 2, and a short move. So for a 3 threat, Quinn, it's really hard, isn't it? Because that 1 at the beginning makes her feel really bad, but we'll get into parts of her card that really negate. I mean, she probably doesn't even need to be rolling defense dice, to be honest with you, when it's physical attacks. So her first, or her only builder, I should say, Mental Vampire. It's a mystic attack, range 3, 5 strength, a single flat power, but it has drain life. After this attack is resolved, if it dealt damage, remove 1 damage from this character. And I think that drain life we've seen before on, I want to say Omega Red. It's the same wording on there.
Yes,
I think it's the same wording. No trigger, as in like a dice trigger, but you do have had to have dealt damage, basically. Yeah. I mean, as a builder, Quinn, it's okay.
I don't hate it. Like it's Mystic.
Yeah,
We like Mystic.
yeah.
Healing's also nice, especially when you pair it with some of the other abilities.
Yes, yeah, it is. It is really nice. It is really nice, especially well, and we now know the reason why there was some wording on a card from about 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's not what I hoped the wording was there for, but it was what the wording was there for.
yes, yeah. So let's go on to her big spender then, the one that's been getting a lot of talk. Devastate Intellect, range 2, 8 strength, 8 cost. So definitely in the upper echelon. We don't get many spenders that are, more than 5, 6 cost. 8 threat or 8 cost. There's not that many of them out there. But it says if this attack would deal damage, it does not, and the target character loses that much power instead.
Sounds a
So
bit wank, doesn't it?
really, really interesting. Like, okay. I mean, there are some situations where it's really good, but yeah. But it's got a whole bunch of triggers on there. So for 1 wild, you're going to dish out stun. These are all after the attack is resolved, by the way, Quinn. So 1 wild is going to dish out a stun. 2 wilds are going to dish out a stagger. And then a crit, a wild, 2 hits, and 2 failures are going to dish out something called Devour Mind. And Devour Mind is a little bit spicy. So after this attack is resolved, if the target character is healthy, it becomes dazed. If the target is injured, and that is on their injured side, it becomes KO'd.
Yes.
Now,
would you like some percentages?
Well, I've run all the numbers. So
I've run 3 sets of numbers.
Well, I'll bring up what I run, Quinn, and see. Let's see how much they match. But Quinn, first of all, just while I'm pulling these up, what are your thoughts on this attack? Because we've never seen, we've seen people dishing out an activated token and that sort of thing, but being able to walk up to a Hulk, spend 8 power, and take him, and this is really important to mention, not taking him from 0 to 20 damage. It doesn't do any damage, but just putting out that dazed token. What are your thoughts on how that is and what it brings to the game?
I mean, if you've got a gambling problem, this is the character for you. Yeah. I mean, sort of in that same vein. Feels like a massive gamble to ever try and pull this off. Ever. Like, it ain't for me, Chief. It ain't for me.
And I suppose that's one of the things that a lot of top level competitive players like, right? They like predictable, consistent outcomes. They like tactics cards that when you spend X, it does Y. It's why you see at the very, very top levels of play, Lovable Misfits, for example. There's a love and hate relationship within the community. I don't think this is as bad as what people are giving it credit for.
I mean, with the numbers I'm looking at, I do.
Well, I mean, so I've got all the numbers here, so let me run through them. So, by the way, shout out to the guys at Cerebro.
We use the exact same thing.
For doing that. So, what I've done is I've run 3 sets of numbers, Quinn.
Is it 8, 10, and 12?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not. So, I've run, so with just her by herself, with no rerolls or anything like that, it's a 6.75% chance of triggering. So that's just her 8 dice. Obviously, it doesn't matter what your opponent's rolling because it's irrelevant, right? In this roll, so it's 6.75% chance. Add in a Thanos Death Decree, so 2 more dice. So she's on a healthy side.
Yeah,
it goes to a 16.32% chance, and then if she's injured, it goes to a 28.12% chance. Yeah. So somewhere between 7 and 28% if you can up her dice in any way. Add in a single reroll, which is not that difficult to do. You can splash a a Shuri or a Zemo in there, or be in an affiliation that gives you a reroll. That goes up to a 10% chance native, 21% chance death decree, and then a 33% chance death decree on her injured side. So it's not as bad as what people are making out. I heard people saying,
great.
I heard people saying like, oh, it's like a 3% chance. It's not a 3% chance. That's not how dice work. But you can't feel aggrieved if this doesn't work, because
No.
9 times out. Let's forget the death decree for a moment, Quinn. 95 or between 94% of the time. So let's call it every 10 attempts you're getting 1, right? We'll be generous with it. So don't feel like, oh, I've built my 8 power on Supergiant and I've done all these things and I've done it and I've rolled the dice and, well, she's shit. She never rolls well. No.
So
No.
you're not allowed to be aggrieved, but equally, if you do pull it off, your opponent is entitled to challenge you to a fight in the car park.
I'm not sure that's how that one works, but yeah.
So basically, don't use this against Ron. You will lose.
So let's have a quick look. What are people saying? Mr. Brain Blast, the tactics card Blood to Spare is basically for Supergiant. Black Order needing more ways to mess with their opponents, yeah. But if you do pull it off, yep. 1 in 3 chance in optimal conditions of nuking a valuable character could pay off big, but will feel bad with every failed attempt. The thing is that because of what it costs power-wise, you're unlikely to ever be able to get the opportunity to do this more than
Once.
twice in a game. I reckon you could do it.
Once.
I reckon you could do it once on your healthy, once on your flipped, potentially.
I do not feel the same.
But yeah,
It very much feels like a last chance saloon kind of ability of just like,
yeah.
I need this to pay off. I've exhausted all other options. Let's see what you can do, Giant.
Yeah, it really does, unfortunately. And I think the other problem is that it's 8 power. You can do a lot with 8 power. She can do a lot with 8 power, right? So you're going to be wanting to spend power on other things that she does. But let's run through the rest of her card. So she has an active superpower called Submit. This character may spend up to 5 power to use this superpower. Choose a civilian token within range X of this character. X is the same amount of power that you spent. This character may interact with the chosen token without paying the power cost. As in the power cost to interact. So you don't
the
play
single power to interact.
Yeah, you don't pay X plus 1. You just pay X. So she can pick up a scroll from range 5 away, potentially. Which is cool. I am sure.
I mean, I feel like the more interesting application of that is probably in something like Inhumans, where you can pass power around immediately. Potentially, like, double moving, interacting with an opponent spider infected from 3 away.
Yeah. It also throws in, like, there are situations where, what's the, I'm completely forgetting the spider traps thing. Right, so
Sinister Traps.
Sinister Traps, there we go. So you can completely negate that, right? So you put 3 power on her, and she just goes, oh, okay.
And then there's the interesting question of, does the token just stay on that until it drops again, and then it's back?
I think well, no, surely it stops in its position. I don't know. Like,
well, it's attached to the token, I believe.
Oh, is it the token it's attached to?
Yeah.
Well, maybe then. So, really interesting. It's going to be really strange, I think, because we have to remember as well, guys. So there's going to be situations where this isn't usable straight away. If we take the senator, for example, she cannot use submit to search for the senator, because I think it's the apartment building or whatever it is that he's in is a target of opportunity.
The
It's
state
not a
house is a target
civilian.
of opportunity,
Yeah. Similarly, Quinn with oh no, that would be it, wouldn't it? Because Creekor's the other one, but
I mean, also the scroll is
the
a
scroll,
target of opportunity.
Yeah, so she can pick them up once they're on the board, but she can't use this to interact with a target of opportunity. Let's have a quick check. When it comes to 3-threat characters with silly expensive spenders, is there ever a universe where you want Supergiant over Danny Rand and Heroes for Hire?
I think you mean Danny Rand, the Immortal Iron Fist of Kunlun.
There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure. Man in the fort, to be honest with you.
I mean, it very much depends on, what your matchup is, because we'll see in a moment. She's got some good defensive tech. And
really
also,
just
what affiliation you're in as well.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing. Like, whether you want, like, access to a Mystic attack that you otherwise wouldn't have, and that sort of thing.
I also think that Iron Fist, when he first came out, you saw him a lot. I think his value has decreased significantly. You don't see him.
Convocation came out.
Yeah, you don't see him anywhere near the sort of splashed in as many places being splashed as he was before. Quinn, first reactive ability, Supreme Control. When an allied character within 4 of this character would be pushed, this character may use this superpower. You're not pushed. So I think we've seen this.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Go on.
Gene!
Gene? I mean, it's just Gene, right? But it's Gene on a 3-threat rather than a 5-threat.
Does Gene stop advances as well?
She may do. Yeah, she may do. But even so, Quinn.
Advanced, placed, or pushed.
Fair enough. But what it does, there are situations where you've spent your Indomitable early doors and you need to stay on that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, really nice.
Also, it's important to note that Supergiant's stuff works on any sort of push, whereas Gene is specifically superpowers and mystic attacks.
Yeah.
So Giant can say no to Shuri.
Which is really big, and to be honest with you, it was really Wakanda where I was seeing that she's a really good Wakanda counter. Also, like Crimson to some extent as well.
You could say that she's a Wakanda.
Get out. Just get out.
No.
So yeah, that's nice. She then
community service yet.
Yeah, I know. Then she has the innate ability Ethereal. If this character would suffer 2 or more damage from a physical attack or collision, it suffers 1 instead.
It's so good.
Hello, Brotherhood of Mutants.
Magneto can kill her, but it's going to take him an entire turn.
She is... Because it's that thing, you look at her and go, okay, she's a bit of a backliner, right? Really devastating intellect. You're not going to be spending it much. Mental vampires, where it's like you're going to be on a back point. She's going to be stopping people getting put. You look at that and you go, in the right matchup, she will just not take any damage. Like
she
literally,
just runs up and like bear hugs Magneto.
I mean, yeah, Magneto could spend all day throwing stuff at her, and she's still not going to die.
She can do this all day.
Which is why the 1 physical defense really doesn't become much of a problem.
It's going to be really funny when you do block an entire attack with that 1 die.
And then it says additionally, so there is some kickers on this, right? There is a downside to it. So additionally, if this character suffers damage from a physical attack or collision, it drops all objective tokens it is holding. So there is a kicker to it. So yes, but I mean that's pretty darn good in terms of being able to negate damage.
I'm a fan.
Does that mean in Hulkbuster Avengers, she's immune to collisions?
Yes, because you choose the order of resolution.
Yeah. So you would
choose...
choose...
A lot of the Black Order characters are kind of good in that sort of wheelhouse because a lot of them have a form of invulnerable.
Yeah, Venom must feel bad if he tries to heal her by attacking her. Yeah, you're probably not going to be ploughing in too
You're not
many.
going to get many stacks out of her.
But it does, Quinn. What this does, if you're coming up against Supergiant, you really do have to think about the types of attacks that you're putting out there as your squad, or you just ignore her. I mean,
Yeah,
that's another way of doing
been
it.
sort of my go-to answer when like theory crafting about Giant. You just go, well, I can just ignore her. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's gonna pick a thing up. I will attack her once. She drops it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So I think she's gonna be a real piece that needs balancing there, as in terms of like weighing up what it is you do with her. Lastly, then, and this is a really interesting one. Omnipathy. When an enemy character within range 3 of this character rolls 1 or more crits, I saw that and I was like, ooh, Ghost Rider.
You wanted Ghost Rider.
But it's not quite as good. Well, I mean, it depends. After the effects resolve, this character gains 1 power. And then she's also a soul gem bearer, which I'm going to say right now, Quinn, I can't imagine putting the soul gem on her.
I can imagine very specific circumstances, and they are not within Black Order.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like some wacky Inhuman shit right there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she could become a battery for the Inhumans, right? People talk a bit about, Lockjaw can be a good battery, but Lockjaw's got some really good stuff he can spend his power on as well.
I was thinking more her siphoning power, messing with, like, civilians.
Oh, okay.
Like, cause you put
Also,
the gem on her,
pumping
you give
the
her
power
one,
into her.
you can interact round 3 immediately if they've not got a good physical attacker on that side.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. She's a soldier girl. Black Order dance resolution.
Isn't it revolution?
I love nuclear kids. Hulk through a building, but Blue Lady's still alive. Hulk not understand. Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good you impression.
Pardon?
Great impression of you.
I'm doing it that way because that's where he is to me. But yeah, I mean, what do you think, Quinn? Overall, what are your thoughts on it?
She's not the fighter I was expecting.
She's not the fighter I was expecting. No, not at all.
I think I'll have to get some table time with her. Oh, there's also one very important thing we haven't really spoken about with Giant. Which is a slow move on a small base.
Yes.
Which actually might scupper my Inhuman idea.
Yeah. Short move, small base is going to cause her some problems.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the only other two characters, I think, Mysterio and Crossbones, yeah?
Yeah.
And they do struggle because of it.
I mean, I don't think Mysterio does as much because he's got, like, movement jank built in. Giant doesn't have any, which does concern me somewhat.
Yeah, I'm just double checking. So nothing changes on her flip side, just so I don't have to bring the other one up. No, it's exactly the same, so that's fine. Yeah, it's that is a potential problem for her. Let's not beat about the bush. That could cause her some real problems, I think. But again, maybe in Inhumans, where you've got a little bestest boy who can be next to her and moving her up the board and giving her power as well. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's where it is. But let us know in the comment section, guys. Let us know what your thoughts on the second of the new Black Order characters, because I know everyone was shouting out for more Black Order. So yeah, let us know down in the comment section below. Quinn, should we look at some tactics cards?
Only if they're good.
So, on to the MiniStravaganza.
We'll look at 2 tactics cards. We'll ignore one of them.
Some of the tactics cards are good.
That
Supergiant, aka Quinn Duggan, vampire that drains his riches mentality. Yeah.
I mean, have you watched What We Do in the Shadows?
I have, yes.
Yeah, so Ron came out with this one day, and like it's pretty perfect. He decided that he was going to start calling me Colin Robinson. Because I am practically an energy vampire at this point.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like that quite a lot. Right, let's have a look at these tactics cards. Sorry, guys.
I heard the fizz of a little drink.
Oh, little cherry Pepsi Max. I'm home alone tonight, so I'm allowed to drink fizzy stuff.
Oh, God.
I drink it all the time. Right.
We need Laura back now.
I know. We probably do, yeah. Right. Let's start with a word. Let's get this shit show out of the way first, Quinn. Because I'm excited about talking about the other two. But
I need to mentally prepare myself.
First of the Black Order. Let's go down the middle. First of the Black Order. Okay, Black Order reactive.
I mean, more like last of the Black Order, let's be honest.
If your squad does not contain Thanos, the Mad Titan, after deployment, when you would normally select your leadership ability, Corvus Glaive may play this card. Corvus Glaive gains the following leadership ability. It is your active leadership ability. Right Hand Man. Affiliation, Black Order. When an allied Black Order character dazes or KOs an enemy character, all other Black Order characters gain 1 power. An order that has gems coming out of their arses. An order that has so many good builders to generate power. The last thing they need is more power. And I'm also going to say, well, sorry, and then the actual kicker on this, guys, is people go, it works just like it does with Convocation. It doesn't. It is included in your 5 tactics cards.
You're going down a card to play this.
So Quinn, we went through this the other day, right? So you're playing Corvus.
I mean, right. Before we go through this, very quickly, I also want to say, it's got a shit name.
It does have a shit name as well, yeah.
Right Hand Man. Fuck off.
Pause for effect. Silence. If it's on TTS, I'm going to try it tonight, but I'm not sold on it yet. It's not.
It won't be on there, but I mean, you can easily do custom cards if you're like hosting the game.
Yeah. So I loved the idea, Quinn, of not running Thanos in Black Order.
It was something that I was really gravitating towards. I mean, we'll very quickly talk about what I wanted the leadership to be, shall we?
Yeah, do you want to do that first? Yeah.
So my hope was that Giant wouldn't actually have any sort of life siphoning abilities, and that in fact that clause was there on Blood Spare for this leadership, and it would be, the first time each round, or the first time each turn, a Black Order character either deals damage or maybe gets a daze or KO. They heal 1, right? I think that the second bit could have been a lot more reasonable, right?
Yeah.
If it had been Convocation style, first time you daze or KO, you heal 1. And then it's like, you do that Blood Spare, if you can get the person that brought you down as well, suddenly, you're stood there in the midst of all that carnage, still standing, just ready to go again.
Yeah.
That would have been so much cooler. It would have been very unique. It would have been a thing that, like, not many factions have access to. It's, it would have been a new thing, but that, kill someone, get power. It's worse Cabal. Ooh.
Yeah, and so there's a couple of things I want to cover off with this card. First of all, Swedish Troll, you bring up a really good point. The wording on this card is all other Black Order characters. Doesn't say affiliated Black Order characters.
It's only affiliated.
I mean, that's the assumption.
Only your squad benefits from your leadership. That's specifically stated within the core rules.
Is it? Oh, there we go. Then. Okay, there we go. Right, I want to run through, Quinn. Daz, feel free to chime in here as the #1 rated Black Order player in the world.
You could say that he's inevitable.
He is inevitable, yes. So you're playing Corvus, okay? So there's never a situation I can't imagine where you're not taking Execute, right? That's almost stapled to Corvus Glaive as a tactics card.
Well, I mean, you need Proxima as well, so that's 8 threat.
Well, no, but just generally, right, from a tactics card
if you're not taking Proxima, you're not taking Execute, so...
Okay, Blood to Spare is going in your squad.
Yep.
Mothership it's there may be situations where you don't take it, but it's very, very rare. You've then got 2 other new tactics cards that we'll talk about as well that are pretty damn good. You've then got Field Dressing and Brace for Impact and Indomitable and all of these other cards that do so much more than this tactics card. I can never imagine there being room for this tactics card. And with what it gives, you may as well go leaderless. You genuinely may as well go leaderless.
I genuinely, like, I'm still contemplating just playing leaderless Black Order. I think they have a lot of good cards.
They really do, yeah. Yeah, they really do. What Quinn said. What did Quinn say?
I said that it didn't work.
Oh, the thing. Yeah. But I just cannot see how gaining 1 power for dazing a character is just going to do anything. Like,
I mean, it's not.
It feels absolutely terrible. But it's not all doom and gloom.
I mean, hell, you could take the price of failure instead.
Do you know what you could?
And just let Nebula die and be like, oh, I triggered my leadership 3 times. Ooh.
Yeah. Right. Let's jump onto the other ones, Quinn, because it's not all doom and gloom.
The good ones, okay.
So, first of all, Psychic Shockwave. Shockwave, even? There we go.
Whoa.
Unaffiliated, so it's not a Black Order card. Supergiant and Ebony Maw may spend 3 power each to play this card. Roll 5 dice for each enemy character holding an objective token. The enemy character suffers 1 damage.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
It's well laid plans.
It's well laid plans. Basically, if they take damage, crit in a wild, they drop whatever it is they're holding. It's pretty damn good.
I really like it.
It's pretty damn good because it can cause huge damage for your opponent, as splattered across. Second of all, it is not during their activations. So you can wait until the end of a round. If you're giving your opponent priority, you can choose to play this as one of the last things that you do.
And potentially that swing turn your opponent was going to have where they massively go ahead on VP and make it so they can close out the game against Black Order. Bam!
Huge.
No longer happening.
Absolutely huge.
I mean, I also like the idea of playing Giant, Maw, Goblin, and Doc Ock, and just be like, no objectives for you. Oh, you picked them all back up. No objectives for you.
I'm just working that out. 5, 9, 6, 15 threat. 15 threat. And then what you do is you take either a Quicksilver or a Ms. Marvel just to run around and pick them all up. Yeah, I mean it's really good. I think in Spider-Foes, Quinn, it's pretty much staple to Doc Ock and Green Goblin, isn't it? Obviously, not on Researcher, right? It's not going to work on there, but on most other extracts, maybe with the exception of Herb, but even then, it might be worth taking.
Dropping a Herb and stopping 4 VPs being scored sounds pretty good.
But loads of value from this, and it's only 3 power each. Neither of these characters are going to have any problems with power generation either. So, yeah, I really, really like that. And I like that we're getting some use out of Ebony Maw, right? I love when other characters get brought back into the fray. However, Quinn, the one that I'm really looking forward to is Black Onslaught.
Because it's the Killy one, and we like Killy on this channel.
So Black Onslaught, it's a Black Order card, so that's the key thing there, is it does have to be played with Black Order. And it's if Black Swan is within range 2 of an allied Black Dwarf when she uses the charge superpower, they may spend 1 power each to play this card. After the charge movement action is resolved, but before making the attack action, you may place Black Dwarf within range 1 of Black Swan. So, I mean, we've all known for a long time, Black Dwarf's biggest problem is getting around the board.
He has stumpy little legs. Yes,
he just can't get around. And yes, I know it's an asteroid M then, Mothership helps with that to some extent, but it doesn't always.
I mean, it is Dwarf really the person you want to be mothershipping.
Well, exactly. So I really like this Quinn. Really, really like
I
this.
really, really like it. I mean, it'd be real nice to have the kicker of him making an attack, but I could see why not.
And I'd love to have seen it 2 power, and he gets to make a 0 cost attack for free.
Oh, with his 6 dice.
Yeah, but it's then a 6 power, right? Because just remember, this is actually costing 4 power because it's 3 off Black Swan.
Oh, were you saying like 2 off of each?
Yeah, it was going to be 2 each.
I don't like that at all because it means you can't do it turn 1.
Oh, fair enough. You can't do this turn 1 anyway, can you, with Black Swan?
Yeah, you can. Power Stone.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's going to come stapled to her anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look then. Let's have a look. I take Price of Failure already. It's really good. Helps keep priority. Does Black Order get a glow up with this card, or is everyone going to carry on making fun of him? Will my boy Black Dwarf finally see more table time? He's only in a meme. And then really Daz, would you not have 3 to 4 Black Order members in the squad at once? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I think this is going to see... I mean, they're new shiny things. Automatically new shiny things get some play, Quinn, right?
Yep.
But I actually think this could stick. I think we could see Black Dwarf being played quite a bit more now.
I mean, if you want to be a nice guy but still play Black Order, you play them without Thanos.
Yeah, only a dick plays them with Thanos, don't they, Daz?
I mean, then you're a better human being than Daz, which I know it's a low bar, but you're at least above it.
This is true. Although, Quinn...
I say this from the bottom of the barrel of humanity.
I want to take everybody back to, Daz, you'll like this one, an episode that we did many moons ago now, and Quinn proclaimed Black Order are the easiest affiliation in the game to play.
I still maintain that.
It's a flow chart, and nobody can possibly fuck it up. So, it comes to the day of me and Quinn playing our roster off against each other. He is taking on Black Order. I am playing with Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think it was round 2 I'd won the game.
Equally, do we want to talk about what that game and playing Black Order did to me?
To be fair, you were a dick for about... How long ago did we play it?
About 5 months after the fact.
Yeah, about the same
and
amount of
also,
time.
somehow, about 20 years before.
Yeah.
Very strange, isn't it?
But Daz loved that game. Daz, I represented, weirdly, by beating Black Order, I represented for you there, mate.
Equally, you were playing Guardians. I would be very interested to see how that game would have gone with any other faction.
Oh, Daz has beaten me with beat my Guardians a couple of times. Oh no,
yeah, but Daz is supposed to be good at this Black Order
once.
shit.
I think he beat me once, didn't he? And then I beat him the second time because I took Ronan, the Black Order murderer. But yeah, look, were people crying out for Black Order shit? No. Is it always nice to get new stuff? Yes. Would I have preferred this to have been some Defenders cards or some Inhumans cards? We already know we're getting, Asgard. Absolutely yes.
I mean, it would have been nice for this to be like Karnak and Gorgon, wouldn't it?
But realistically, is this going to stop people playing Black Order with Thanos? No.
No.
I really don't think so.
The only way you do that is with a gun. You take him out back and you put a bullet in him.
So yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, it's not.
Oh, apparently Daz is calling you out. You haven't beat his Black Order.
Did I not beat you at Asgard? Maybe I didn't.
I beat him at Asgard.
Maybe I didn't, Daz. And if that is the case, I apologise profusely, but I don't really mean it.
Did you two play round 1 of that event?
No.
No, you had to have. Because I played my round 1 game, then I think I had Daz, then you, then Aaron. Unless you played in round 4.
We played round 4. Yes,
There we
that
go.
was it. Yeah, because I went 2 and 2. Yeah, there we go.
Rub.
But yeah, I mean, I think let's just transition that. I think cool new stuff. Like, I'm glad we're getting to see stuff. But yeah, I don't think this is going to change anything in terms of how this game is being played with Thanos at the moment. And I really hoped it. What I wanted, Quinn, was it to give people, because I'm sure there are people love Black Order, right? And right now, you have no choice but to play them with Thanos, to be competitive. I really would have loved them to give them another way of playing that mixed it up a bit, that was competitive, but
It's what I wanted.
Yeah.
It really is what I wanted. But instead, we got right hand man. Ooh.
yeah, it's just not good enough in the slightest. Right, sorry guys, I'm just going to just quickly change the screen size there. There we go. Right, Quinn. MiniStravaganza.
Oh joy!
I guys I was a little bit not upset. That's not the right word.
Ooh,
I was a
savage.
little bit upset because I'm going on. So this is going to be the last weekly bugle for a few weeks now because I'm going on holiday next week. So I go on holiday on Wednesday. Haven't had a holiday in 3 years now. Sorry. So going to Mexico for a two or 3 weeks. Finishing a new job, starting a new job when I get back, and then MiniStravaganza is right slap bang in the middle of my holiday. But to be honest with you, we're not missing out on much. So let's have a look then. So last night we got the MiniStravaganza schedule, and Quinn,
Oh joy!
day 1, there is 0 content for MCP that is not painting up Nick Fury.
Oh yeah, you know that character that's been out for like 2 months.
That thing they've already done on stream.
About 3 times, yeah.
So
How many Nick Furies can you paint?
I don't know. Unless they're painting him up to look like the Hoff.
No.
I mean,
Not Nick Fury. Fuck off.
Is it a new Nick Fury? Like, surely not, right?
I mean,
Are they going to do a new Nick Fury?
even if it was, I wouldn't give a shit because the only Nick Fury is Samuel L. Jackson.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, so day 1, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Like, there's some Ewoks on there for Legion. That's pretty cool. Obviously, this is the way to paint is going to be, it's Mandalorian, right? But it is just literally, it's just all Star Wars. Like, all Star Wars on day 1.
I mean, I like my Star Wars, but equally, I don't like my Star Wars miniatures games because they're a bit wank.
I quite like Legion. I like Legion.
I would
played
like
some
Legion
Armada.
if the clone models weren't made of that shitty, like, plastic that's really, like, squidgy.
I thought they've changed it now. I think they've changed the...
I mean, they didn't do it for the Phase 1s, and they're my favourite type of clone.
Yeah, but out Phase 2 is just so much better.
I mean, they probably are, but I don't...
Not Nick Fury, you need your head wobbling, says the Hoff is the OG. Nick Fury...
You're old, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, Boomer.
Nick Fury Senior needs to come eventually, maybe with Dum Dum Duggan. I would like to see like some of the World War II stuff. Like that would be quite cool.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see them doing like an era hop.
Yeah,
It's not really something we've seen before.
I think it would be good. Day 2, the Friday. So we start off with Marvel Crisis Protocol from Earth to Asgard, and that's going to be a discussion panel. So I mean,
I feel like that's just going to be, oh, look at Heimdall and Scourge, their characters.
I'm hoping, Quinn, we're going to get more. I hope we're going to get the... My hope is we get the card reveals for Heimdall and Scourge, but then we will get... plus like the tactics cards and everything else. And then they'll maybe show us 2 more character packs for for Asgard, but maybe not show us the cards. A little bit like they did last time, where they gave us
like a tease of what's coming.
Yeah, I think they gave us Rogue, but they didn't show us Gambit's card, and they showed us the Juggernaut
they gave
model,
us, like,
but
sort
we
of a
didn't
mismatch of cards and also tactics cards.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, I'm always up for more Asgard.
Also,
give me Odin.
Is this the slot where we could see here's the right way around Thor card, and here's some dice manipulation?
Here's all of the checks that I've been asking for ages. I fucking doubt it.
So yeah, so that could be good. That could be good. I'll probably tune in for that one. Painting some more Shield members.
Oh, great. Once again, that affiliation that came out months ago, and I do not care about. Wonderful.
So, I mean, that we'll see. Like, if that what's on there. Painting.
That's like, the Shield is like a new Captain America or something dumb.
Well, no, because the Shield it's got the dots in between.
It's the acronym. Yeah,
it's the acronym.
I mean, is Miles Captain America now? Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. That'd be cool.
Oh, in the comics?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
I think I saw a thing of him being Captain America.
I think everyone's been Captain America at one point, haven't they? Warriors 3 and Sif would be really good, Glyn.
That would be cool. I'd like to see, like, the first kind of 3-pack. The proper 3-pack, because I don't count Hood and Voodoo. Of, like, Hogan, Fandral, and Volstagg. That'd be cool.
Asgard combo pack announced. That's probably what it is as well, Dan.
Oh, great. A redone card pack of characters I already own. You're not wowing me here, AMG. You're not wowing me.
And then I suppose the only hope on the last one is that Shield's up if it's some new Shield characters. Maybe a Jessica Drew, maybe a Quake. That could be quite good. And then we've got the end of day celebration, whereas the end of day on the Thursday is a hobby hang. This is actually an end of day celebration. So you've got 2 hours there for them to show us some other stuff. But we're into the end of day 2 now, Quinn.
Before we get anything interesting,
That is 24 hours worth of content. And out of those 24 hours, we have got, 1, 2,
3.5.
3.5 hours worth of MCP content.
3.5 hours of concrete MCP content.
Yeah. With potentially 2 hours stuck onto the end of it.
I mean, it's not going to be the full 2 hours, is it?
No.
Because otherwise the Star Wars people would start crying.
Helicarrier scenery pack announced, doubles up as a sofa bed. I like the shout, Nuclear Kid. I like the shout. So yeah, I mean, and then we go into into Saturday. We've got Mad Scientists and Crime Lords. So it's Doc Ock, Lizard, Green Goblin.
So we're up to 4.5 hours.
And it's really weird, Quinn, the naming of this one. Mad Scientists and Crime Lord are giving your Marvel Crisis Protocol villains a distinct look. Again, it's only an hour, so it feels like one of those.
Going to be like a panel of paint them wacky colours. Ooh,
could be.
My Green Goblin's wearing a rainbow shirt. I don't care.
So we're now on to the first. So we're now 29 hours in, and we're getting our first gameplay, right, of Marvel Crisis Protocol.
And it's 2 hours of gameplay, so that's putting us up to, 6.5 hours?
Yeah, as Guardians in action. So, I mean, it doesn't matter who they come up against, but obviously they're going to be running Heimdall, they're going to be running Scourge. If we do get Warriors 3, I don't want to see Warriors 3 as grunts. Beyond Tokyo, because I think they are named characters, and I think Grunt should be
if you're gonna have
faceless,
grunts, it'll
nameless,
be like nameless Asgardian soldier number 73.
Here's
my favorite character.
Here's how to paint Gobby as Hobgobby. Have fun. So that that'll be cool. Watching some gameplay, and then the only one that really caught my eye from all of this is Pet Avengers Assemble, potentially. A superhero's best friend, painting animals. I can only hope that we get a Throg, a Lockheed, but basically just a Pet Avengers announced. But I don't know if they are gonna. I really don't know.
I mean, look, if all of these painting things aren't tied into something greater, they are wank.
Yeah, and
They're
look,
real bad.
we have to remember they don't want to. It's a balance, right? If you liken it to a film, Quinn, how disappointed are we when we go to a movie and realise that all the best bits of the movie are in the fucking trailer that we just watched? But then equally, you've got to make the trailer good enough to incentivize people to come and watch.
Okay, but what if you made the entire movie as good as the trailer?
Pardon?
What if you just made a good movie? How about that?
Make a good movie. Make a good movie.
Just make a good movie. Give me all my toys now.
So yeah, guys, let us know down in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the MiniStravaganza? I mean,
maybe we get some like Asgard stuff related to Love and Thunder. That'd be cool. Like Mighty Thor.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
I mean, I really want like just small Portman as like as a miniature.
That would be really cool. But right now, Quinn, my anticipation levels are not very high. I am sure they are going to throw in a curveball, right? And during that end of day celebration, or that superhero's best friend, some of these painting sessions, I think they're going to be like, oh, that's awesome.
I mean, the thing is, I wanted that for. I believe there was a specific panel last time around that was about painting Iron Man, and I wanted it to be my goddamn bleeding edge Iron Man. What the hell did I get, Rich? I got a stupid paint a normal Iron Man thing.
You did get a paint a normal Iron Man thing, Quinn. Yes. I
want justice, Rich. Justice
for Quinn. That's what everyone's talking about.
That's going to be trending on Twitter. We're gonna, I don't know, have a defamation trial with Atomic Mass Games or something. It's gonna be televised.
Amber Heard will shit on your bed. I don't know all of these things.
My dog's gonna get stung by a bee.
Oh, that's an absolute shit show, that one, isn't it? But yeah,
literally in some senses.
Yeah, I mean, would be nice to see Cosmo and maybe some other Guardians. Yeah, I really want to see some Guardians.
Yondu. Give me anything, AMG, please.
Yep. Right, Quinn. For the last time in some time, let's jump into the Do You Even Paint Though? So for those that don't know, Do You Even Paint Though? It's our mostly weekly painting competition.
It's a competition we do sometimes.
And we set a different theme every week. You guys go away and paint up some characters. You submit them, and then we pick out 2 runners-up, and then
I can have justice when I pick a proper painting scheme. What was wrong with Race War? What was wrong with that?
Stop saying the word race war.
2 words.
It is, yeah. It's 3 days of torture, if nothing else. So we always have 2 runners up and then a winner. You don't win anything, you just get a shout out. But today is the day, guys. It has turned up, and as you guys know, we are going to be giving away.
Last week.
It was here last week, but we're going to be giving away the Rivals panels, Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus. So every single person who submitted an entry, whether you've won, whether you've been called out or not, you're going to or you've been put into our draw, and then we will be drawing a winner at the end of this video. Semi-bi-weekly intermittent painting contest. Yes, Jason, that is it. Beef Dragon, hello, welcome to the channel.
I like that name, just conjuring the image of a beef dragon.
Ooh.
Like
a dragon made of
like
beef.
A dragon that's got like cowhide patterns.
Can it cook itself? I don't know. Isn't that a thing about? Sorry, off tangent here. Dragons, obviously, just to clarify, I know dragons aren't real, but they only eat.
You had to include that caveat.
But they're unique, aren't they? In like the animal kingdom, mythological.
The animal kingdom that they are very much part of in reality. Yes.
But they eat cooked meat. They only like eating cooked meat. I believe that's like a thing.
When you're made out of like fucking fire or whatever, it's kind of difficult to get raw meat, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. My soul sadly overlooked Black Widow gives me a chance to win approximately the same as winning the lottery.
I mean, if your lottery odds are as good as winning this competition, I would buy a lot.
Of tickets. Yeah, yeah. So let's go to the first runner-up of the week, and it is this absolutely stunning Dormammu from Quinlan Voss, a very late entry, but I picked this one out just because of the colour scheme. It is really, really cool. Love the little sort of. It reminds me of Eternity Quinn. You know, the guy that in the comic book pages. It's like
I'm a massive sucker for star patterns on anything. I remember seeing like ages ago a bunch of like high elves from Lord of the Rings with like star pattern cloaks. They were real good.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Love the flame work on there, but yeah, I think they said it was MCU. Sorry, I've just seen Lars. Dragons aren't real, so the guy who sold me that egg the size of a head lied to me.
You may or may not be the proud owner of an ostrich, Lars.
Sorry. It just cracked me up there. But yeah, Quinlan Voss, well done, buddy. Really, really good. Really, really good paint job there. Let me get the next one up here. Make sure I get it in the right order. And this one obviously caught my attention, Quinn, because why would I not? So this next one is from Lerone. And I think they submitted a few. People submitted a couple this week for suggestion, but it's your bestest boy, Quinn. You know me. I'm a sucker for Lockjaw. And
he's a very good boy. He is not the bestest boy in Marvel.
He's the bestest boy.
No, he's not. Does that look like Cosmo to you?
He is the bestest boy.
No.
So I really liked his paint job. We had quite a few. This week of Lockjaws. Actually, Quinn, remind everybody of what was the don't say the words. What was the theme for this week?
Race war.
Racial traits.
Race war.
Racial traits. So any
character. I don't know what's wrong with you. What's wrong with race war?
Any character who had a racial trait. But yeah, well done, Lerone. Really, really nice looking Lockjaw there. And then lastly, the last winner that we're going to have for, as I say,
this season of the Bugle.
Season of the Bugle. Season 1 is coming to an end, people.
Is it going to be a season every time you go on holiday?
Spoiler alert, we may not get renewed.
Well, because of my race war comments.
Yeah. So the winner this week
not like that.
is Mr. Kyle Mack with a really, really good looking Thor. The OSL on this is super, super good. Quinn, you picked this one out. What was the reasons behind it?
I mean, the OSL, absolutely brilliant. Really like that. I don't know if you got an image of the back. I don't think you do. But the back's really nice as well. It's sort of like half the cape's half in light and then half in shadow. I'm just reading what Caden's written. I mean, the thing is, I'm an Omega level threat. I don't fear Magneto.
You're an Omega level dick. I don't know about anything else.
I mean, I will take having an Omega level dick.
We all know that's not true. Isn't that when Aaron came round to your house?
Aaron's going to fight you. He doesn't like when people say this. It makes him really uncomfortable. Yeah, back to Thor, because I mean we're going to stray into me saying race war about 10 more times, and we don't really.
No, we really don't need that.
The monetization can't handle that. All right, we need to eat. I mean, this Thor, yeah, the OSL absolutely great, and I also really, really like the fact that they've done sort of the sort of square chainmail type thing, scale mail sort of thing on his legs.
Yeah, and that's obviously free. That's freehand there, isn't it? Because that's not on the.
I do have one problem with this paint job.
Go on.
Don't have a beard.
Well, he's not always. Sometimes he's fresh faced.
Yeah, so sometimes he's fresh faced, and that's the shittest version of Thor.
Well, look, when he rolls shit and he doesn't get all his triggers, he'll know why, won't he?
Oh, what? So whenever mine rolls shit, I have to shave him.
Shit? No. That's why he's rolled shit, because he's not.
No, I'd put a beard on mine. Thank you very much.
I'm fairly certain.
Stop beard.
I'm fairly certain my eyes on my red skull have started glowing at this point, Quinn. Have a random person from the Discord replace him each time. It's not a bad shout, actually. Maybe that's the prize that we give away.
Yeah, but then you'll get people like Ron on here.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go, guys. So well done to all of our winners and honourable mentions this week. We are not going to set a challenge. So we'll do a brand new one when we come back. Just because
that means that I get another go because this is technically your go.
No.
Your go is no challenge.
It's not how it works.
I'm fairly certain that's how it works.
I mean, you do know that I make up the rules, right?
I thought I made up the rules.
No.
Oh, shit. Have we been doing completely different competitions this entire time? That's why the race war thing didn't go down well.
This is it.
No.
Yep, this is it. This is it. So yeah, guys, to everyone that submitted, thank you so much. And to everyone that takes part in these weekly, I don't even know what they are, visual podcast. I don't know what we call it. Like weekly shows. Talk shows, yeah.
Yeah, we just need a really inflammatory host now. Oh, wait.
But I think you can fuck right off, OmniFan. Give Quinn the channel until you get back. No. It'll be like when you get home from holiday and there's just a kid. It's just like you've left your teenage son at home and you come back and like the house has been burnt down. Like, I'm really sorry, Dad.
You saying you're my dad? Is that what we're getting to at this point?
we have worked out I'm old enough.
I mean, yeah, we have actually.
Yeah. But
that's depressing for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Vodcast. Yeah, vodcast. That's probably it. I don't know. Talk sessions. That's what we call them. Look, you don't have to be on a video call with this dickhead. So on that,
I could say much the same to you in your little coke habit.
On that, though, what we are going to do is we are going to start maybe every couple of weeks bringing on a guest. Now, that could be some guests from so other MCP content creators. We've already got a few lined up. But
it's not Aaron, is it?
It's not Aaron. Don't worry. It's Huggy and it's Huggy and Norbert. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Are we going to run a competition and a quiz every week to see which one gets?
No. That's a surefire way of making sure Aaron doesn't ever get on. But if you are interested, guys, if you've got a subject you want to talk about. And you want to bring it to the Weekly Bugle, just message me directly on Discord. And if it's a good enough idea, then we'll try and work something out.
I mean, fair warning, you will have to put up with me for about an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm more insufferable when I can talk directly to you, by the way.
Rich ages as fast as he does because he's a father figure to Quinn.
What, once again, energy vampire.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? He really, really is. So, guys, let's jump over to... You guys know I love a magic wheel. So this is every person who has... and you've got multiple entries, so if you...
I better be on there at least once. I submitted a kingpin. I submitted a kingpin once.
I told you were never allowed. So good luck to everybody. I'm going to click this here, and we'll see... who the winner is.
Gwen Duggan.
It is Mr. Gooey Chewy. So, Gooey Chewy, I don't know if you're watching, buddy, but we'll soon know if you do watch, because if you don't reach out to me, we'll know, won't we?
I get it, yeah.
We'll know. But yeah, well done, mate. Congratulations. You are the winner of this really, really nice. And it's really good. Like, it's such a good little set. So congratulations, well done to everybody who submitted. We are going to be doing one of these again. So once I get back off holiday, we'll probably look at starting these back up again in sort of July
maybe
time.
It's the rumored Weapon X program one. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Because that is the rumor, isn't it? It's going to be Sabretooth and Wolverine.
Well, we don't know the characters. We just know that it's Weapon X themed.
It's Sabretooth and Wolverine, right? They are the rivals.
It could include Deadpool as well.
Okay, potentially.
Because, I mean, like, it's a more expensive set from what we know.
I love how OmniFan's like, I'm Gooey Chewy. Oh crap, I forgot to change my name.
Not only that, but they've also gone with Goody Chewy.
Yeah, you've also...
He's a completely different guy.
You've also spelt your own name wrong.
I apologise, Caden, if this is the first one of these you've ever watched.
Caden, this is the first Weekly Bugle I've caught, me and my friends, on the recent Unlimited game, and I want to thank you guys for helping me get up to speed. Caden, not a problem at all, buddy. We try and mix up the content.
I don't talk about Race Wars this often, I promise.
Well, it fucking does. We try and mix it up. This is usually our normal videos. We keep them quite structured. They're, pre-recorded. We don't swear in them or anything else, but then this is our one where we get to just... it usually results in just abusing each other, Quinn, right?
Isn't that just every interaction we've ever had?
Has he spelt Gooey Chewy right? I think he spelt Chewy wrong. I think you spell... I think I'm almost certain it's IE at the end.
IE.
Although,
once again, Gooey Chewy, very different guy.
OmniFan, I do love my addresses. Yeah, put your address there. Is that why his background is blurred, to hide the KKK paraphernalia?
Can you see my hood? Just that chair.
Excited to try Black Swan in Brotherhood and Steve's Avengers. Cool. The moment Rich clicks off stream and opens Discord, there'll be 100 slightly misspelled Chewies. What I'd really like the idea of their OmniFan is if you've had to go and sign up with a new email address and things on YouTube and rechange your name. But yeah, well done, Chewy. We'll work out how we get this over to you. Just reach out to me. But as I say, guys, if you are interested in joining us for an episode of the Weekly Bugle, you need to have a good idea to not go.
You know what? I think that might be Gooey Chewy. There's something about it.
I'm Gooey Chewy. I'm Gooey Chewy. No, I'm Gooey Chewy.
May or may not have been a post in the general channel of the Discord involving Gooey Chewy.
Brilliant. Is it Spartacus? Where is the whole I'm Spartacus? Yeah. No, I'm Spartacus.
Spartacus, famed for his weird American accent.
Yeah, well.
Hey, yo, it's me. I'm Spartacus. I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm gladiating here.
Have you ever seen the guy I think it's an English guy who walks around New York and he does that, like he bumps into people on purpose and puts on the accent going, hey, I'm walking here. And this woman turns around and just goes fucking ballistic with him going, how dare you? We do not talk like... Well, she goes, hey, how dare you? We don't talk like that here.
Talk like that.
But
an offensive stereotype.
But yeah, there we go. Guys, we've got all sorts of other content lined up for you. I've been pre-recording some videos, so make sure you keep an eye out for those over the next few weeks. And it's mental, right? There's like 2,500 people now, almost. I think we're almost at 2,500.
We've got another Gooey Chewy in the Discord. Wait, can I go quickly rip his picture?
I think they're all OmniFan, because what OmniFan forgot to do is change his profile picture. So he's kept the same profile picture there. So he's changed his names 3 times. But yeah, there we go. Guys, that's it. Another episode of the Weekly Bugle done and dusted. As I say, guys, there's going to be a little break now. We're going to probably take 3 weeks off.
My torment hath ended.
Yeah, I'll make you do double shifts when I get back. Don't be. Hopefully, guys, fingers crossed. When we come back, we'll have so many good things to talk about. And Rich Mid Gaming talking MCP and offending the masses. I always deliver Glenn. Glyn, sorry. Offending the masses, did I get your name wrong? But so yeah, we got some really cool stuff.
Are you saying that Glyn is a mass?
No, just shush. Bye.
Even more offensive, Rich.
We may be doing one more vid. I think maybe Sunday. We're going to do the Dark Dimension, or the much belated Dark Dimension versus Convocation game. So I'll be playing Dark Dimension. Dickhead will be playing Convocation because he refuses.
I'm a wizard.
Oh, you would be bullied at Hogwarts, wouldn't you?
I feel like I would rip the shit out of those Hogwarts kids. All right, cool. Expelliarmus, I'm going to punch you in the face, you little dickhead.
Brilliant. Right, guys, have a really good weekend. Hopefully we'll see you Sunday. It's not firmed up yet, but hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. If we don't, guys, have a good weekend, and I'll see you in a few weeks.